It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want me to stick a recorder up there just in case? Stay in the back. If there isn't a case, then it's not
Tell me that either. Sit over on the side.
Yeah.
I just got your notification. I've been following you for a long time.
Oh, cool. Nice to meet you.
It's anywhere between 33% and 0.
I started following you with the yellow vest stuff.
Oh, I was literally just about to ask, is that like a reference to Julie John?
Yeah, yes, and kind of the live streamers around here. We kind of walked into that too. So.
No, that's cool.
But yeah, you've actually been an inspiration kind of to my show.
Oh, hey, thank you. That really means a lot to me.
Yeah.
I'll send you a message.
Man. And, if you're ever in town and need to coordinate with somebody local, just hit me up.
For sure. Yeah, I've had a few people offer me the same. I'm living with a friend right now for the 5 days that I'm here in Louisville.
Nice. Yeah, I saw you earlier and you look familiar, but I wasn't thinking national.
Well, when everybody has masks on, it definitely makes it a little more challenging.
Yeah, I just got the pop up and I was like, wait a minute.
Wait, he's here? Yeah.
Nice, man. Nice.
Cool. Well, I'm glad to hear you have notifications set up for my page.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No, I just
You in town for a couple of days?
Yeah, I'm going to stay till Wednesday, so I'll be here to tomorrow. Through tomorrow, and then I leave early Wednesday. I would just stay for long term, but there's going to be the I'm from Washington D.C. and there's going to be the Al Sharpton event on Friday, so I definitely have to be back for that.
Yeah, you gonna be here tomorrow for that?
Yeah, tomorrow should be fun.
You from DC?
Yeah.
I'm from DC too.
Oh, really?
If you want to after the event, maybe we can together do a show, kind of discuss what happened or something like that. If you want to.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Hit me up or I might see you there.
Awesome. Yeah. Are you going to the DC thing?
Yeah, I'm going to DC as well.
Oh, if you're coming to DC, awesome. Yeah. Let's try to let's meet up in DC.
Nice, man.
Cool.
My name's Ross, by the way.
All right, cool. I'm Ford, but it sounds like she's that.
I forgot you was on. Yeah. What is your name?
My name is Ford Fischer. My outlet is called News to Share. I basically do live stream and raw footage of activism.
I didn't even see the hat till just now.
Yeah, that makes it very easy to identify.
Yeah. Here's my next step.
Let's connect.
Sorry? Friday. But I was also here 4 weeks ago, the NFAC and everything. And I plan to come back on. It sounds like Kentucky Derby Day will also be a big practice. Yeah.
With that one, I'd recommend have your vest if you own one.
Yeah, I didn't even bring a vest this trip. I don't think there's going to be anything like that. But yeah, the NFAC thing, and that's probably there's going to be right-wing people that are going to buy it with the NFAC. So, yeah, vesting.
They say they're coming a lot, they never do. And at least not enforced. What they'll do is they pop up around town and we'll see like 2 or 3 of them at a time in parking garages and stuff, but they never actually show up at the events. They say
They stay in the parking lot.
Right here for Breonna, right up to the sky. Here we go. Boom, boom.
Hold on, I need some of these chairs.
to navigate the situation.
Sit down here. She's on the way. Sit down. Thank you guys adjust in. So that we won't leave. You want to be like right back. Okay, I won't be right next to Brandon and Mike. Here, I'll sit here. Do we have enough? Everybody in? Fist up, fist up, fist up.
All right, right here for Breonna, up in the sky. Here we go. Boom, please. Wow, thank you.
Hold on, I'm sorry, I just want to make an adjustment. Let me just sit down. I'll stand behind you. You guys good? I ain't even been, come on, Janai, come in here. Tezlin? Good. I think I saw Jamal. Where's Jamal? Siri, Leslie. You guys can fill in it down on the floor.
Could you just take one step? Thank you.
Is there anybody else that know you're supposed to be in this picture? Come on and don't be saying you're mad later. Hurry up. Andy, hurry up. Mary Pat. Hurry, guys. Let's take this picture. I don't want nobody grumbling later on about. Come on, hurry, guys. Hurry. Here on this side, over here, we need to fill in. We got some room on this side.
You want to shift the podium over this way so we get more people in the shot?
Good. Nowhere to go. Try to find a way to get in. Maybe on that. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. There you go. A good. There you go. All right, let's look straight ahead.
Which one is that?
Our photographer has Breonna Taylor mask on back here. Right here with the Christian hair.
Can you move that back? Yeah. All right, right here for Breonna, right here. Boom, 14 millimeter. Everybody's in it. Bow, bow. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. One more right here, guys. One more. Fist up. Fist up right here, guys.
Come at the front. Straight ahead. Straight ahead. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you very much. Be careful.
It's okay, I know we're kind of tight, but yeah, the tighter you can be to the wall if you can. Yeah, I can push forward inside if you need to, or just take it.
If you put that seat right in front of me, you can sit right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Okay, no. Sabrina, Jasiri, Kenny, Latasha, Attorney Baker,
Somebody's feedback.
Yeah, it's somebody's audio.
Thank you so much.
thank you, Jesus. We got Myron and Angela, you guys understand?
Welcome back. Well, I'm not up there. It's competing for frequency.
Excuse me, whoever feedback that is, we need to handle this before we have this press conference. So all the technology people, just make sure that your sound is where you need to be.
I apologize right now for stepping on your foot. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, it's folks on Tory, yeah, we got shift over, exactly, yeah. Long, and so we somehow, find a way. Don't go on that side.
Mom.
When I hear that, Mom, I know it's my child. Hey, y'all. Here, all right, I think we're ready. It's 11:18. We're ready to go. I don't see myself. This side is a little that over
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, guests and friends, we are here today during this very pivotal moment in time. We're gathered at Simmons College, a historically black college and university, that we are united in purpose, united in vision, and united in our assignment. Today is a day of policy and teach-ins. Founders of Until Freedom, Linda Sarsour, will continue to lead us through our day today. Let's give her a hand as she comes.
Good morning, everyone. As Reverend Stephen Green said, my name is Linda Sarsour, LindaSarsour. I'm one of the co-founders of Until Freedom. And today I want to start this press their children and loved ones at the hands of the police and vigilantes. This continues to happen. So this is not a story of the past and what has happened before. This is what continues to happen. And that is why we are here in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes.
What you will hear today is nothing short of remarkable. The courage and strength of families who not only fight for justice for their own loved ones, but came here in solidarity with Breonna Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, to let her know that they stand for her and stand with her and will continue to demand justice not only for their own loved ones, but for Breonna Taylor. Right. This is not just a fight for morality. This is not just a fight for justice. This is a fight for transformative change. And I'd like to introduce to you the only black women legislator in the entire state of Kentucky who's working on and has presented to the legislator Breonna's Law. Please give it up to Representative Attica Scott.
Good morning. Good morning. Peace and blessings to you. I am State Representative Attica Scott, and I filed Breonna's Law for Kentucky because we would mandate that before a warrant is served, 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after, those body cameras have to be on. We pay far too much of our taxpayer dollars for those body cameras not to be used. Now, we've already been attacked by the Kentucky State Fraternal Order of Police for Breonna's Law. They didn't attack the white man who talked about filing a no-knock warrants bill. They didn't attack Rand Paul for talking about filing a no-knock warrants bill, but they have attacked us. And in fact, they had the nerve to align Breonna with violent drug dealers. One of their latest posts, one of their latest attacks. But we will not back down. We're going to keep fighting. In fact, today I'm sending a letter to the leadership of
As Until Freedom of Breonna Law, we'll work to support the local community here across the state with calling campaigns, working directly with our partner, Grassroots Law Project, and others to help build the momentum that Representative Attica Scott and her colleagues need in order to make sure that legislation gets passed. Next up, I want to introduce you the co-founder and our leader at Until Freedom. We are here in Louisville, Kentucky, living indefinitely. Breonna Taylor gets justice, and it is because of the vision of this woman. Please give it up to Tamika D. Mallory.
Good morning. Yes, we are go out there. We also understand the importance of uplifting a community feel a part of this work. And so that's what Breonna run, tell that everybody, tell them what I said this morning, and tell them that we are not online on social media, we're outside of the street. And you know, one of the things we have learned, and we're being joined by Pastor Tim Finley of Kingdom Fellowship Church, who has been an incredible ally, go out into the community. And while we were out canvassing, informing people about our work, informing them about Until Freedom, service this community and be good neighbors, as Linda says, we saw the same thing we see all over the country. Everywhere that black folks are concentrated, where we live in our communities, we are starving. People are starving. We're starving until we get proper reparations for the harm that has been caused to our people. We will never be able to see happening, whether that be the gun violence that's going on in our communities. Yesterday, we attended an event. I was told by Attorney Anita Baker that there was a gun violence event honoring families who lost loved ones, and that we needed to show up there.
Are you going to vote in favor of Breonna's law? And if they say yes, they need to state it publicly so that everyone knows what they're saying. Now it's not the time for silent allies. It's not. We can't accept you again on the sideline saying we support you. We need you to stand up. We need you to be vocal. We need you to vocalize that support.
Right. Walking from the 7-Eleven. And she's going to be joined by nephew of George Floyd, who was like a surrogate son to him, who came all over Brandon Williams. Tamika, you know her well because you were there when we all were saying, I am Trayvon Martin. God, please, both of y'all a round of applause for a lady who has all. Sabrina Denise Fulton.
First of all, I want to say that families are we are no longer taking our kids that are deceased and going home and we are suicidal. We're going to stand together, we're going to be here for these families, such as my family. We are going to do this. This is a struggle, this is hard. You guys don't really understand what it's like in your town, in your own home. A lot of times we see these tragedies happening because they're not stories. Because we can't end that. These are tragedies that are happening. And you have to search your heart. I want to tell them, be selfish and just think about ourselves. We got to think about somebody. That's right. And America does not want to deal with racism. They don't want to deal with discrimination. They don't want to deal with racial profiling. They don't want to deal with all of those things. But they're happening right here in front of the face. You can't ignore it any longer. We have to be active. We have to get involved. We have to participate. We have to continue to stay with these families. That's right. And I want to take just a moment of silent meditation for not only Breonna Taylor and her family and her mom, but everyone that's in this room, and everyone that's listening that has lost a child through senseless gun violence, and there's no accountability for it. So I just pause for one moment. If you just close your eyes for one moment and just thank God for your fight. And to all the families who have lost a child, never give up. Keep fighting. Keep pushing forward. On your sad days, be sad. On your days you cry, cry. That's right. But then get back. They may order. Yeah. That's right. The same way I stand here with my brother Brandon. Moses also had somebody, and his name was Aaron, Pastor Brian, that said that you a communicator. And so when people get upset that folks are coming in and what they call outside agitators, they were sent to be good, but soldiers of soldiers in the front. I don't need well. I was a soldier. Rounds on my shoulders. And that means straight shooting. I don't mean literally, but I mean spiritually. Every principality that tries to stop us, every spirit that tries to Lord have mercy. Next up, I want to introduce another young man, an attorney who also is part of a new generation of people unapologetically fighting for Black and brown people here in our country. He's also joined by the families of Ahmaud Akatia.
They shot his dad 4 times in the back. Killed him. Hero. His father was a hero, a national hero, a treasure. And enough. Trayvon Martin shouldn't have enough. I have so many stories and so many families, and I'm sorry, that is a curse word. It's not a story. Thank you. So many tragedies join us here. We don't want this club to grow any bigger. We want Breonna Taylor to be enough. I'm joined here today, and if Ashley, if you don't mind, come to stand with me. I don't think you say anything per se. My AKA sister, my sister started talking about the Joshua generation, who said they weren't going to allow poverty to hold them back. The limitations started, and they began to break barriers. The first in their family to graduate high school, the first to attend college, the first to plan to get a graduate degree. And while she was home, she left the door open. She left the door open to get a cool breeze. A neighbor noticed the door open, that an elderly woman stayed there. He called to see if someone could just go by and check. And the Fort Worth Police Department came to Tatiana Jefferson's bedroom. They crept through the back of the home and they shot her through the window. I can't even say most recently now, because if you just give it an hour, the police are going to kill someone else. That's right, man. 4 times a day on average. Which makes us the deadliest police force in the modern world. You all understand that no nation kills or incarcerates more of its citizens, period. This is a genocide. We haven't seen the genocide played out in such stark terms as the broad daylight murder of Ahmaud Arbery by a legal system that said that was okay. I'm so thankful for Wanda Cooper to join us here. If you don't mind, just come and stand with us. Wanda Cooper Jones is a pillar of strength, in grace, in dignity. And every time these families come together and stand with each other, they heal a little and they hurt more, because hurting is part of the healing process. They all wanted to be down here to stand with families that are set up to join this club, and we want to close membership down. We believe that this stops here. And so I thank you all so much for standing with these families and giving us the opportunity not only to share our suffering, but to join you all in this fight. We believe that we are stronger together, and we will do whatever it takes to end membership in this club. We do not have to live in a culture where police on average to stand together to speak to you all and share with you all our vision for the future.
Thank you.
For this, and quality schools and healthcare, but define for us something totally different. And what we're saying is, we want the safety that Louisville's safest communities have. We want the safety that America's 10 safest neighborhoods have. It's not police. That's the safety we want. And that's what we're calling for. And we are so immensely proud that these families are able to push through their pain, to hop on planes, to put themselves in harm's way during a pandemic, to still not just fight for their own case, but to show each other support and love. And lastly, I am so grateful for the Until Freedom organization. They are filling a need all over the country. My man.
We have such immense gratitude of you, and everybody plays a role, and this is your allyship and solidarity and sisterhood and brotherhood that you have shown to us and the families that are here today. So I want to say thank you to you on such short notice for opening your home to us. Thank you so much. I want to bring up
we may not all agree on everything. I don't know their sign. I don't know how they vote. I don't know who their mother is, their father is. But what I know is that they came to Louisville and they said we want justice for Breonna Taylor. So then I said, then you and I are aligned. I am the president and CEO of the Louisville Urban League. Justice for us means jobs. Come on. Full access to justice this in our city. We have got to talk about it. We've got to call out the fact that we are willing to revive some people and some people we are willing to throw away. When we have been suffering with drug addiction in our communities, what happened? We were imprisoned.
That's right.
It was not a public health problem, and now it is. It is time for us to talk about race. It is time for us to talk about justice. We have to do that. You need to vote. If you're in the street protesting, you need to finish that census. You must do that. We must be counted. If your life is to matter, you have to be. But to the folks who would say, we want you to have justice, we just don't like how you do it. And the folks who would say, we want peace. Let me say this clear. You get your peace
when we get our peace.
And if you have a better idea for how to save our children, how to save our sons, how to save our daughters, give it to us. Because we've been begging, we've been kneeling.
That's why I followed Black Men. One of the things about Until Freedom is we're not just a protest group. We understand how to organize politically, electorally. We know how to be in the street in our sneakers and beautiful sweatsuits that you've seen. But we also know how to put on business suits. Elected officials work for us. I don't work for elected officials.
That's right.
We pay the salaries of elected officials. And just to give you an idea, we went to some of the neighborhoods here in Louisville to do food distribution, had conversations with people, and I would ask people, I said, who's your city council member? Who's your state rep? And it's not because people are uneducated. It's not because people couldn't find the information. Here's what the grandmas were telling us. They said, I ain't never seen nobody in my neighborhood. I don't know who they are. I never see them nowhere. I go to the church. I've been to the farmer's market. I be in here. I went bingo. I don't see nobody. So
But they knew the Urban League.
they did know the Urban League. When we told them come tomorrow, when we were canvassing in the west end of Louisville, we told them come to the Urban League to get some fresh produce. They said, oh yeah, we know the Urban League. But they didn't know who the council member was. And so this is not a slight on anyone. It's a charge and a challenge for elected officials to start knocking those doors and talking to those community members and asking them what they need. And I say that because we understand that this is a high stakes election. We understand that Louisville has an opportunity from the bottom of the ballot to the top of the ballot. And there are women across this country, black women in particular, wake up to think about, to organize, and to implement power, to bring people together and build power. So that when we come together and have that power, we can put people in office, and we can take people out of office. So I want to introduce to you one of the most brilliant minds in this country, a woman who we will follow wherever she tells us to go, no questions asked. She can tell me to be on any street corner and I will be there. Latasha Brown from Black Voters Matter.
All right. Well, the first thing I did right, the way I started to find, keep your eyes on the prize and hold on, hold on. Well, the last thing I did wrong, I stayed in the wilderness a day too long. Keep your eyes, hold on, keep your eyes on the prize and hold on. Amen. Amen. Not are we done dying. You can't kill all of us. You can't kill all of us. And so as I stand here and I'm thinking, I'm so moved, sister, I love you. I love you, and I know it takes courage to even stand here, and the other women that are up here, the sisters got your back. We stand here in solidarity. We pray for you. We stand for you, and we shall fight for you. And so at the end of the day, even in this space, and as I'm here, you know, we were invited here a couple of months ago, Black Voters Matter. I want to do a shout out to the sisters who actually brought us in. Sadiqa, thank you, sister. She organized for us to come here. I want to thank, we were partners with Black Lives Matter. We were partners with the Urban League. We were partners with NAACP. I want to just shout out folks around the election. And let me tell you what I noticed when I was here. So here we are in Jefferson County. We're in Jefferson County in Louisville, where you had 370 polling sites. But what happened on that particular day, where you got 612,000 people who are in this county up, we win. That's right. I need y'all to hear me. When we show up, we win. It ain't by accident. So we got to see a way that there are ways that we've got to go at this at different levels. Right? We got to protest and take it to the streets. We've got to long-term organize where we're building infrastructure in our community. And we've got to take folk out that stand in the way of our protest. And one of the ways we can do that, as Brother Malcolm said, by any means necessary. And so we've got to see the power of voting, right? Not as a tool around. Listen, I've been doing voting work my entire life. I am the first person up here to tell you that I don't think that voting is a panacea for everything. That's not going to solve everything. What it will do, though, I can tell you the difference. That when I've gone in the courtroom and see a DA that was elected by black folk and a DA that was not, I can tell you the difference in the sentencing. I can tell you the difference when there's judges put in office, right?
Folks that we met out here in Louisville who didn't even know who we were, but they felt the spirit. They trusted us. And they went with us into the Department of Corrections here at Louisville. And we built sisterhood and family and brotherhood with them. And they have been showing up for us every single day. Anytime we call them, the Louisville 87 from Louisville are here.
That's a fact.
Want to give a shout out to our friends from the Kentucky Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression. Organizations, as you can see behind me, the No Justice, No Peace Louisville. Support those young people. They're fired up. They're passionate. Need some support, some direction, but they're out in the street. So we're very proud to work with all these folks. And Tamika said it, Pastor Tim Finley's here with us from Kingdom Fellowship Church. A truth teller.
We're going to be talking tonight. We're going to be hosting tonight.
Oh, yeah, tonight, you guys. So that's got me there. So tonight, we have a mass revival. Tomorrow, August 25th, 2 p.m., we're going to meet at South Central Park. We are asking for our sisters to come down, to stand in solidarity, to remind people that justice still has not been served. We want you to show up for the family of Breonna Taylor, but also for the many families that have been killed at the hands of the LMPD, and we have not forgotten them. We also want you to come stand with the protesters. 86 days in the streets of Louisville. They're tired, but their spirits are alive. And they need your solidarity. I want you to come and see a protest. Say, I see you, and come stand with them tomorrow. But we need prayers because the LMPD put out a memo to the entire Louisville Metro Police Department. They told the Louisville Metro Police Department, every single officer, Tuesday's an all work day. You can't be sick, can't have it.
would have never been delivered. It's an amazing thing of how it is that we see mailboxes are missing, but the deliverers of the mail are not missing. Standing before you are, in fact, mailbox carriers. Those who are carrying the message to the mayor, to the district attorney, the state's attorney, to the governor, and the president, that we cannot rest until justice comes. I believe that you are under the indictment and the threat of COVID-19, but it's really the COVID of COVID-16-19. Simmons just reminded us that this is 400 years of slavery. And what a time for COVID to come. Because COVID is, in fact, a nuclear threat to those of us who are advocates. You'll notice what it is that COVID requires advocates to do. The first thing that COVID requires advocates to do is to cover your mouth. They have been hoping that we would be silent. These last 5 months, we keep screaming, even if we got a mask on, that we will not rest. The advice that my 5th grade teacher told me is that you've got to act like a stamp. Stick to it until you get there. So we're going to be here in Kentucky until something shifts, until something happens. Last week, Congress called the Postmaster General to come and be accountable to why it is that mail isn't being sorted and mail is not being delivered. He had no answer. We are under a district attorney who is not. We're thankful unto God that if God be for us, then who can be against us? I'm telling you, we have marched, we have cried, we have knelt, but Frederick Douglass said, I never saw prayers answered until I got off my knees. Tonight, we get off our knees. And at 7 o'clock, we want all of you to meet us at the when they're forced to learn virtually. We are praying that our teachers will have a livable wage. We are praying that our workers will have access to capital. We are praying that our students won't just get scholarships to throw footballs, but to understand engineering and STEM. We are praying that our preachers will not contract prophetic laryngitis and lose their voice for the comfortability of that which is political.
So right now, don't go anywhere. I want to introduce to you Leslie Rendon, Esquire, and Angela. We are a movement of activists and organizers, formerly incarcerated folks, hip-hop artists, attorneys. We have brought an intersection of the brilliance that our communities have so we can do this work holistically. And right now we're about to have the real...
For me, I'm going to the press conference. I want to be getting out my HD footage for this. Not going to be here for the panel that they're talking about, but I know there's plenty of other live streamers here. So if you're interested to see that, you should do so. But I will be there out at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Live streaming the protest that Linda was talking about. I'm not sure yet whether I'll be able to make it to the 7 p.m. event that she also referenced.